Hello Virgo, it's Doreen from Insight Readings with your insights for the month of 20. I just want to say thank you for your support through the year of 10. Tough year for all. 3-year. Threes are always about knowing there's something better, but you take 2 steps forward and 1 back. We're in a 4-year now, building something stable, more of a pause, stable, solid stability that's collectively. So maybe it's better, but I think with the eclipses we have, I think it's going to be a pretty significant year. A lot of big changes, but change is what makes life go on. So I just want to invite Spirit, God, Source and higher self, please to be present. Angels as well, please be present. Give me guidance, clarity and wisdom to bring the messages for Virgo for the month of 20 and into this year of 20. Thank you. Thank you for the wisdom. Thank you. Okay, so Virgo, I'm doing this between 2 eclipses. Eclipse we had 25th, 26th, and we have one now in early May as well. So this is a pretty significant year for us. And yeah, if you've had things taken out of your life or big changes, we all have. That is, when we get off our line, off our road that we intended, what we signed up for, then the universe with the eclipses bring us back online to fulfill what we set out to do. And in the past, we have bridges that needed to be gapped. Yeah, I mean, there was a gap, and it's not yet. It's almost like bridge the divide. There are bridges here, but there's still a gap. In a sense, and 3 is about that expansion, but 8 is you sow what you reap at the end of the day, and you wanted to bridge something that is, there's a gap between it, and the 2 together, 8 is, which is a choice as well, but it is extreme. You know, there's always extremes for me in any sense, and I mean, if we look at that card, it already. The divide is there. There are bridges, but it's just not, the gap is there. We move on to the next card in what is solid. The sun is, the moon is changing every day. It's a different cycle. It changes every 2.5 days. It's in a different zodiac. But the sun is the sun is the sun. Every day the sun comes out and the sun looks the same, where the moon changes. And the sun is permanent. So you've had to, there's definitely be sacrifices that you've had to make that's been highlighted for you, Virgo, with these eclipses, because this is almost like the cross you bear. It is karmic. 6, you are traditionally the 6th house, Virgo. And the 6th house is a pretty tough house as well. It is one of the difficult houses to navigate through, but 6 again, the knowing you want to expand that 3. 6 is finding the balance. The 2 together is 9, saying 9, end of this cycle, end of this karma, end of the sacrifices that you've had to make, the end of it. So that's pretty awesome. So the divide seems to come to an end here, or there's a closure, and you get another card saying by divine timing. Now if we look at this 3 again, that expansion, you get it all along, and look at the procession here. 8, 6, 7. 7 is the decision, and this is 10. 10 is a combination of a cycle, but 1 is a new beginning. Saying by divine timing, the clock is right now, the timing is right. Everything has worked in accordance to the way that it should have for the future, and there's forward movement. So well done on that for you, Virgo. And then just to say, the eclipse that we've just had has been for you in your 5th house. That's like a Capricorn house. So you always battle with things around that area because of Capricorn and that Saturnian energy. So that would relate to relationships, to children, to having fun. It's the fun house, to being the entrepreneur, and Virgo being very detail orientated with that 6, almost like a slave to detail in a sense. So that's where your challenges are, and maybe your sacrifice in life. You need to bridge that gap, but this karmic cycle is closed. and moving forward. I'm going to do a 7-card horseshoe spread, and there's 2 there. I'm taking that. These cards are just jumping out for you, Virgo. I'm not reading reversals. Awesome. So there we are, Virgo. So remember, bearing in mind this is a general reading. So we'll start off here with the past situation. There's bridging that gap, but there was something that was changing constantly, and it was difficult to try and get the stability there. The 7 of Wands is about defending yourself. There somehow was a wall. This is Saturn. Saturn is your restriction, your walls, and you have to defend yourself for something. Wands is about your, it could be a relationship, it's fire energy, it could be your security, it could be your work, because it's fire energy, it's action, it's movement. But you are on the higher ground, but constantly defending yourself. And that was a decision that was made, that you had to defend yourself and keep yourself ringed in, and to stay on this higher ground. In the current situation, you have the 8 of Swords. So Swords is about conflict and using your head. And we see these swords all around you. But these swords, it's the same thing. And here's the current here as well. 8 is always about something that's quite strong. What you're sowing is what you reap, and this is sort of almost like a negative thoughts that are keeping you jailed in or locked in, and you feel like you're trapped or entrapment, and you always put yourself in denial to see the truth. With the blue is truth, and you feel that you're bound. You feel you can't set yourself free, but it's just in your mind. It's not a reality. It's and the more you worry about this, the more you close yourself off to the truth, which is that you're not really bound. It's in your mind, and you can walk between these swords and remove this quite easily. But it's in the current situation, so feeling very trapped. In the future, we have the Star card, which is awesome. So the Star card is about health, hope, guidance, being guided by the stars, feeling vulnerable. We see her here absolutely vulnerable, letting go of everything that doesn't serve her. But she does it very carefully. She's almost like the alchemist of her life, because she's throwing water on rocks, which is earth, and that's your energy, and water into water, which is what nourishes it. It's earth and water. It's emotions as well, to ground yourself in an emotional way, but knowing that you are guided by the stars, and that promise is coming through to you. It is a major arcana card. It's called a mean. That is in numerology. So you've worked hard, really hard, with all the around you, and you're going to reap what you sow, because this is a promise from the universe, that your vulnerability and your nakedness, that you kept on working on what you were working on, brings you the promise and the guidance from the stars for that healing. This is advice from Spirit, or message from Spirits of Swords, saying you've been in a situation that's been full of conflict. I mean, defending yourself, and swords is conflict. And normally swords deal with anything that's spoken or analytical or legal or work contracts, studies. But swords is more of a balance. Yeah, we see the swords in the boat. So the lessons you've learned in your life, you put in your boat. You pick up your family, the ones you love, the ones that supported you through all of this turmoil, and you sailing on to new grounds, calmer waters. There's the dawn, the new dawn. So the message from Spirit is that the light is at the end of the tunnel, and it's not a train coming on. You're moving on to something that is calmer. It could also be a card saying that you will be traveling, because it is a boat moving. You might be moving home. I don't actually see that. Just want to confirm there. Okay, so I don't feel that in this reading. There's walking away from something here that is hidden. You're not even aware of it. You're not even aware of it. So possibly walking away from this conflict and mental anguish you've put yourself in, this constant defending yourself because of the healing that the universe is bringing for you. Two of Cups is turning your back on that's not fulfilling you. Even though there's a lot there emotionally, it still doesn't fulfill you, and you know it, and you have the courage to turn your back on all that you have and to move away from it. You know it's an uphill battle, but you have the courage to do it because you're walking in truth, the blue coat, and in passion, groundedness. And that's exactly what this is saying as well here. You're going to surmount that and move on. And this is the challenge, is that this has taken a long time. The lady she's pregnant. So either you are pregnant and it's been a challenge to fall pregnant, or it's a challenging pregnancy, or it's something new that is coming through to you, because pregnancy is something new. It could be she's like the harvester, so giving birth to something new. Unconditional love. It's things that come to you without a price tag. You see her holding the wheat in her hand and the cornucopia, and when there's gestation or pregnancy, it takes time. So saying that in time, and we have the clock there we go, absolutely. In time, you're going to give birth to something new that is coming to you. It's a challenge at the moment because of the waiting. But this is coming to you. You're walking away from the emotions, and they're flooding through to you. And this new green is always about health and abundance, and the red is with absolute passion and happiness, this newness. So from the night into this day comes this new thing, and the outcome is something spectacular. Ace of Pentacles, it could be a new job, a new home, a new property, because it's Pentacles, it's something tangible, something we need to live with here on this earth. And the sun is setting on it. This is like a set. It's setting, it's the night sky, it's protected with the bear. And look at the calm waters. Around all this, there's something that's sort of protected by stone, and a new dawn for you. I just want to confirm that with this deck. And Virgo, I'm just going to say, I don't care how long this is. I know this is quite an attitude, but you know what? We all get tired, and I'm going to do this the way it pleases me. This is from the heart to you, and if you enjoy this, good for you. I love to do this, and I love to put time into it. If it's too long for you, well, then it's not for you, and that's how it is. But I do love to do this, and yes, I'm going to do it with all. So 7 of Wands, clarity on that, Spirit. And it was something, it was your heart's desire that you were defending, something you really wanted emotionally, that you were defending. Or protecting, 7 of Swords is protecting something, putting a wall up, defending it, keeping it safe. Current situation, 8 of Swords. It's something in your home, in your family life that you're tied up about, and somehow you haven't got the rainbow, you're missing the joy, you're not fulfilled. The bees bring the sweetness in this. The house door is open, something to do with family life, happiness, children, joy. Okay, then we move on to the star. That's for the the future, and what the universe is promising you. That 8 again, moving forward. Promise that guidance is there from the stars for you through these eclipses, and there's the future. Absolutely. Building the Emperor, building something solid. Card number 4, something that is good for the Emperor. Looks after the greater good, not just like a king that's his household, but something that is for the greater good. So he makes choices and decisions that doesn't make everybody happy because he's an emperor, but he knows that it's suited for everyone. You can't please everyone. So the emperor is saying, You have two major arcanas. The stars, you've been guided where you're going. Something solid is coming in your life. There's loyalty, yeah. There's passion, yeah. There's honesty. We see the white, the blue, the red. Something real. For the greater good, for the family, that's your heart's desire. But the universe is bringing that to you. And especially here where we have this card of the family moving onto calmer water. 6, that balance. That's what Spirit is giving you, the advice. And here we are, absolutely your card, Virgo. I get the goosebumps. You've done something alone here, 9. Something alone. I actually get quite tearful. You've basically put yourself on a ledge here. And you've had to navigate your way feeling quite isolated to get answers. But you got the wisdom, you got the answers. And you will move away to something that is calmer and happier. 8 of Cups. This is what is hidden, and that's what it is, possibly moving away from that doesn't serve you. Even though it looks like it's fulfilling, it isn't. There's something better. Yeah, I'm taking the action. This is taking the action either with a woman in your life. It could be a fire energy. We have 2 fire energies here as well, and earth. And fire energy just means that element means taking the action. So you could be taking the action here internally because it's feminine energy. So that's something that's happening internally in your own world. Or it could be a person seeing it's a court card. You could be walking away from a woman or feminine energy, or you could be walking away from something. Taking the action to do this, to walk away from something that isn't fulfilling you. You take the action internally, not physically. But, Queen of Wands is a very physical person, would take the action, would be true to herself, would get up and do it, not sit and delegate, would just do it. So that is what is hidden, is that action is going to be taken. Creative energy. The challenge is about the waiting period. The challenge is waiting for this birth of this new thing that you're working and defending and wanting and desiring and moving towards, bridging the gap. You get the same thing. Again, the Empress, the Lady, the Empress, the same thing, that 3. This is double duty here. This is saying your challenge is waiting, your challenge is receiving your reward. And that the universe is promising this. It's going to be coming through for you because there's just new birth coming here. This is abundance. That planet for me is Pluto because of the green. But I think Pluto is blue. But I just have that sense. That's something Pluto is going to, with the eclipses, Pluto is going to remove something. The time you're waiting, the way, time moves on anyway. But there you have it again, just the gestation period, the waiting, but there's a promise of something brand new coming for you, a gift, a new beginning, whether it is work, whether it is childbirth, whether it is a new home, because it is earth energy. But this is unconditional love. This is something that comes to you without any price tags. And then the Ace of Pentacles, something solid. And there you go. 2 aces. Now you get the Ace of Cups. Virgo, this is an awesome reading. This is absolutely awesome. This is like the Holy Grail. This could be birth of a child, possibly waiting the outcome if there are children coming along. This is birth of a child. This could be a marriage, possibly. I don't see anything else relating to it. But the Holy Grail is something that makes you happy. An opportunity to be absolutely happy where you're walking away from something that's not fulfilling you. This is total fulfillment. Having the vision through the lunar, through these eclipses, of what fulfills you, what makes you emotionally solid, sound and happy. It could be a work situation that's offered to you. It could be a relationship that's offered to you. It could be anything. You have 2 aces here. Absolutely beautiful. So I'm going to just close off and ask Spirit please to give me a guidance card here, an oracle on this reading for Virgo. Just to close off, thank you, Spirit. Okay, so it says here, I turn every experience into an opportunity. I turn every experience into an opportunity. Awesome. Each problem has a solution. All experiences are opportunities for me to learn and grow. I am safe. So there we have it, Virgo. Whatever you've been defending, protecting, trying to bridge a gap, your sacrifices you've made, each of those problems has a solution. All experiences are opportunities, and it looks that way for sure, to learn and to grow, and that you're safe. I turn every experience into opportunity. Absolutely awesome reading. Thank you, Virgo. Thank you for your support again, and all the best for the year ahead. Thank you.